Hi Taurus, welcome back to my channel. The title of your reading is called Round and Round We Go. And I don't have any stones or anything this week, but with that said, let's figure out how many skips to get to your playlist. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. If you resonated with any of the videos, especially yours last week, please let me know by liking the video, comment if you feel compelled. No pressure, but I really appreciate it. And then that way, whatever videos get viewed or liked or whatever it may be, they get shared to more people who may benefit from this. So I appreciate any support. Thank you so much for coming back. 5. So your song is called, the first song is called The Rat Race by Donnie. If you feel like you are stuck in a cycle, especially having to do with work, listen to this song. And I think this girl is actually from Saratoga, which is kind of cool. Whatever you're pouring your heart, your emotions into. That was the Knight of Cups. So, Round and Round We Go is the title of your reading. And the image I got is somebody who was mowing their lawn. And there are so many different ways to mow a lawn, right? Some people go, all the way around, and they keep, getting narrower and narrower until they're in the middle, and then so they have like this nice circle pattern. That's one way. Another way is, you kind of go by line and you just kind of keep doing like an accordion or a Z or something, and eventually it all gets done. Moral of the story is, however you do it, you still have to go around and around and around and around to get it all done, but it all gets done. So after that, I heard Ring Around the Rosey, and the song is originally, I believe, during the plague. Ring Around the Rosey was like a symptom of the plague. So it was a bite, and then you would get a ring around it. Pocketful of Posy was potpourri, so that you would, walking through the streets, there were all these decaying bodies and all these things that were, just terrible smelling because it was diseased, decrepit, just terrible. Rat race. That's really interesting. Rat race, because wasn't it rats who caused the plague in the first place? Thank you, universe. So pocketful of Posy, you would hold up the potpourri so that you didn't smell it. You kind of masked yourself to it. And ashes, ashes, we all fall down. So that was, I believe, the burning of the bodies so that, and this is kind of dark, I'm sorry. We all fall down. So I feel like you're in a situation that's very cyclical. I don't necessarily know. I want to say it's with one specific person or one specific situation, because generally if you're mowing a lawn, it's your own home turf. Do you know where you're going? But I feel like you just keep entering into this same cycle, even though you know it's decrepit, you know it's falling apart, you know it's unhealthy, you know it's not good for you. And again, it's like a merry-go-round every single time you hop on. Because of that, I actually am going to use my Circus deck. Sorry, I was upside down. Like a merry-go-round. You just keep hopping on and going around. And so maybe this is with a specific person. Maybe this is with a situation or a job. And maybe it's, when I say situation, maybe it is the way that you handle a relationship. Maybe, you see the same red flags and you still hop back on them and do it anyway. The song Satellite by Dave Matthews Band. So there's something that you need to kill off, or you're just going to keep going around and around and around and around. And whether you do it, maybe you've tried something both ways. Maybe you tried to go around in a situation, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to do this different. I made a mental note to do this different. And so then you enter into another situation. So like maybe you start one relationship and you go around and around in these cycles, and you make a mental note to not enter in, or to not date anybody that's like that ever again, or to not, give away all your power like that to anybody ever again. So then you hop into another situation and you handle it differently. You go, back and forth, whatever it is, something different to try to address the situation differently. But the problem is You may be the same in both situations. It doesn't matter the person. Yes, they're different, but the way that you handle things, the way that you address situations hasn't changed. And because you are a fixed sign, a fixed earth sign, you are very slow to change. And it takes a lot for you to want to change. And change is hard for anybody, but change is good. So with that, I also am compelled to tell you about the Wheel of Fortune card. Now, I looked up a lot of the symbolism in this card yesterday, and excuse me, I'm still getting used to like lights and the backwards camera thing, so bear with me. But I learned that all of the animals in this card are representative of the fixed signs, the 4 fixed signs in the zodiac. So there you are, little bolt. With wings, and the wings are symbolic of being able to stay fixed, stay fixed or stable in times of change. But I also learned there's a lot more to this card. So yes, there's the wheel, if you can't see, and there's some letters in there. Ironically, a T, A, R, and O. So that can mean 2 things. Tarot, which is what all of these cards are, tarot cards. Torah, which is a type of law, in a way, I believe in Hebrew law. And there are Hebrew letters on there. And those all spell out Yahweh, which is Hebrew for God. Now, the other thing that's interesting is depending on the perspective. Again, the perspective is what matters. Because depending on the perspective of the card, not only do you see tarot, Torah, but you also see rota, which is Latin for the word wheel. So this card has a lot of kind of hidden meaning. It also has the 4 alchemical symbols of water, mercury, sulfur, and salt. So whatever you are creating with these basic building blocks, please know that you need to adapt and change yourself in order to build what you want. Like, you have all the tools, you have this knowledge, you have a good level head on your shoulders. That's not the problem. The problem is that there are some things I feel like you need to work on. And maybe that's what is causing you to enter into these cycles and go round and round and round and end up in these situations that don't necessarily end or go the way that you want them to. So I hope that makes sense. Again, I want to use my, I got something popping real fast. The King of Wands. He's all about action. Now, this is a really hard-working person. He is the commander of the pretty much the carnival setup. So the whole deck is based on carnival life and the different roles within the carnival. So the major arcana are pretty much the attractions of the show. The wands are what set up and keep the carnival running. The assistants, the hands, the hard work. And as the leader, like you can see, he's pretty worn and torn. And it takes a lot of time to get where he is. He's smoking a cigar, he's directing some people. And on the bottom is the Ace of Coins, which is all about opportunity. So with that, this may be a work situation. Hard work, feeling burnt out, but you're doing it for the money. So maybe you did the song Bye Bye Baby by OK Go, and I love OK Go. This was their 2002 album. It's great. This is an opportunity. This is a hard, sure opportunity. So I'm going to leave that. I've been putting my cards back in a lot, and I don't know why. I never do that. So, round and round we go. Maybe you're taking somebody else's directive. Maybe you keep taking somebody else's... Oh, and I stopped right when the Magician's on the bottom. I feel like you keep taking somebody else's experience. You keep taking somebody else's way of doing things. So unprepared, you just think I'd grow out of it. So maybe somebody in a higher role or position, a parent, a loved one, whatever, keeps giving you direction. And you keep taking other people's advice because they've seen some shit, they know some shit. Yes, that's true. But you are the magician. So you need to have belief in yourself that you can adapt to things as they change. It's not always easy, but it can be done. And that you have the things that you need to move yourself in the direction that you want to go. So maybe what needs to die, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. If every time you take this person's advice and every time it doesn't go as planned, we all fall because they failed you, you failed at whatever it is, or maybe it's not a fail. Again, we don't fail here. We win or we learn. But you find that it doesn't work. You're not happy. You're still not where you want to be, regardless of this person's direction. So like, all right, yeah. All right, that didn't work. That's all right. Let's try this. Put you on this track. Let's do this. They'll give you direction to go somewhere that you don't want to go. So as the magician, again, I didn't fall. It's just on the bottom of when I stopped, but nothing is coincidence. You have the silent type by Umphrey's Mcgee. The conversation started something like this. You want a cigarette? I said, I'm trying to quit. Did I not mention he has a cigar? Could have walked away. I could have walked away. Everybody wants what they cannot have. Somebody keeps putting you on a track, but it's not your track. That's why you keep going around until you decide that you want to mow your lawn the way you want to mow your lawn. You're not gonna get what you want. You're not gonna be happy with it. You need to make your own laws. The Knight of Swords. With the Queen of Swords on the bottom. The Knight of Swords is in the spotlight. The shadow is just an illusion, but the spotlight's on him. He's the one throwing the knife. He's the one that actually needs to make the decision. He's the one that needs to live the life that he creates. This person's used to being in the shadow. They're a helping hand. The sun and the spotlight are not the same. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I was pushed to say that. The sun and the spotlight are different things. The sun is naturally occurring, yes. The spotlight shines only sometimes. And so in those moments, you need to perform with precision. So again, I just saw that opportunity, that Ace of Pentacles. So when the opportunity comes, you need to throw the dagger at what you want. He's throwing words. He's throwing directions. He's throwing, he's got a hammer. He's got a hammer, you got a knife. You have two different roles in this circus. And the circus is metaphorically your life. You have two different roles, purposes in this whole universe. So as a knife thrower, don't take advice from somebody who's meant to swing a hammer. That's what I want to say. As a knife thrower, don't take advice from somebody who swings a hammer. You have different jobs. Round and round we go. If you keep taking the wrong advice for the wrong role, you're going to keep ending up in the same cycle because the universe is not going to let you stay on a track that isn't for you. That's when the Tower card comes in. It'll do whatever it can to get you off of it. But if you keep going back to the same person and entering into the same situations that they're giving you and advising you to go into, and the silent type, you're doing it all just because, maybe you're not sure of yourself. Maybe you're shy. Maybe you're just used to taking direction. Don't take advice. As a knife thrower, don't take advice from somebody who is meant to swing a hammer. You have a different job. You deal with blades. You deal with steel. They may be old and wise, but you have to be a certain kind of skilled to be throwing knives. And the song's Soul Train by Just Loud. Soul Train. Hop on your own soul's train. You're meant to be part of each other's circus. You travel on the same train. But you have different jobs. So, with that, I think that's all I got for you. That kind of took a little bit of a detour, but you're going to keep going around on the same track until you decide that you have your own skills, you have your own mind. You're meant to be in a different kind of light than this person. You're a different kind of enlightened, you have different skills. Don't, as a knife thrower, don't take advice from somebody who's meant to swing a hammer. Even if he is, even if he has experience. He's seen some stuff, but he doesn't know you. So, I hope that helps. Hop on your soul train and follow it. Actually, conduct it. Toot toot. All right, that's all I got for you, Taurus. Thank you.